and my school was very much a grammar school. Everyone went to university. And I was one of only 5 boys in the year of 200 that didn't go to university. There was a lot of pressure to go and join, but I couldn't actually find a course that really kind of suited me for what I wanted to do. Literally at the last minute, my head of sixth form came up and said, "Jimbo, I found you a course you could do."
But I'm really pleased that you said that about the university bits, because so many people are pushed into the university direction, and exactly what you said there about if there's not the right course for you, you don't need to do it.
And it's a very key point, which is why I mentioned it. I kind of just accepted that I'm not quite sure how this is going to work yet, but something will probably pan out. Now, about this time, I just started kind of working the odd weekend at the flying school, kind of running the admin and doing front of house, welcoming people, helping out. And I got on very well with the boss who was my instructor, and basically said, you know, I'm thinking about setting up a new flying school in Exeter. Would you be interested in running it and kind of being a director with me? You know, we'll run it together. So I was kind of like, I think that's a good idea. So at 18, when I left school, I literally started about a week later up at Exeter Airport, set up this business called Aviation Southwest. We started off with literally like a Cessna 152 and a Warrior. And very quickly it grew into like, I think we had 4 Cessna 152s, 3 Warriors, an Arrow and a Duchess.
Aviation Southwest is one of the go-tos now for modular students, isn't it? For their commercial training. It still is. And when I was doing my training, it was recommended to me by so many people. So you were part, well, you were founded. Fantastic, isn't it, really?
Well, it's unique. I mean, it goes through different phases. Started up at Exeter Airport at the time. There was the flying club, the legendary Airways flight training run by Brian Narendon, which did all the military conversions. And there was another flight school called Flight Pass over the other side of the airfield. So I guess we kind of thought naturally with 4 flying schools on one airfield, it probably wasn't going to be anything busy. And that would allow me in the background to do all of my ATPLs, my license, my CPL, my IR, and get it done all in the background. But it ended up being pretty manic, and during a lot of the days I was ended up having to lock myself in a back office to try and study flights like you are as modular, Nick. But my grandparents had passed away and left me a small sum of money, and that just allowed me to basically buy a Cessna 50, and that allowed me to get a lot of flying done in the business, complete my CPL and my IR. So I put my hands up. Thankfully, through that business and the right connections, I was very fortunate. Yeah. I had a lot of support from my other director, Richard. But I must admit, I settled down for a career, wanting a career in instruction. I find it a really fascinating part of the industry. And it's funny, it's something that still continues with me today, although I'm not directly sat in a simulator training new crew. It's definitely one of the most enjoyable parts of this business, is passing the passion on to other people, which you obviously do with what you're doing day to day, Nick.
Well, I think